Merab Dvalishvili has just broken his nose, but he says he will not get surgery because the recovery time is around 1 year. This news comes at a difficult moment. The Georgian is scheduled to face Henry Cejudo in a grappling match at Real American Freestyle on April 18th. It's currently unclear if he'll be able to compete with a broken nose. At the same time, his UFC bantamweight title rematch against Petr Yan is expected sometime this summer. By refusing surgery, the machine is clearly prioritizing being ready for that trilogy fight. The first two fights between Merab and Petr were very different. In the first meeting, Dvalishvili completely dominated with non-stop wrestling and pressure. In the rematch, Yan won comfortably, outstriking Merab and controlling large portions of the fight. Now the third fight is on the horizon. Many fans and analysts are split on how it will go. Some believe the machine's insane pace in wrestling will eventually break Petr down again, while others think Yan's boxing and well-rounded game will allow him to repeat his success from the second fight. What are your predictions for the trilogy? Drop your thoughts below. Now let's hear it from Merab.
What a good day and what a stupid accident. Again, 12 years after, my nose is fucked up. Even worse. As you see, it's even more cracked the same direction. My bones are broken inside. On one side I can't even breathe. First time when I broke my nose, it was in professional debut. Now it was just sparring. I got knee, like I said. Shit, so it's my nose, it broke like this?
Yeah, so
holy shit.
Kind of this, so when you look down, you can see it's, off on this side. The hard part is your nose been broke. It's been broken like multiple times, but this widening that we see here, that's the part that we're looking at. Like, is this, how many of these fractures are new versus old?
Chael Sonnen just gave his unfiltered take on two major upcoming title fights, and his comments are stirring up plenty of debate. On Islam Makhachev, Sonnen admitted it's becoming increasingly difficult to get excited for his fights. He pointed out that Islam has reached such a high level of dominance that it feels like no one can truly challenge him. He believes when fans can't realistically believe the opponent has a chance, the excitement and suspense for the fight naturally drop. On the Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland middleweight title fight at UFC 328, Chael said he would be genuinely surprised if Chimaev finishes Strickland early. He believes Sean is built for long, grueling 5-round wars. His elite cardio, awkward striking style, and high takedown defense make him extremely tough to put away quickly. This as a classic grappler versus striker battle where Strickland's experience and durability could force Chimaev into deep waters if the wrestling isn't as dominant as expected. With Khamzat still without a title defense since winning the belt in August 2025, and Strickland coming off a statement TKO over Anthony Hernandez, this matchup is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing stylistic clashes of the year.
I don't think that there is an exciting fight out there for Islam, which, by the way, when I say I felt like a jerk about it, it wasn't to insult. Islam is great. I fully get Islam's greatness. I'm saying I don't think there's an exciting fight. I think Islam has gotten to that level of greatness where it's hard to think that somebody can deal with that. And if you can't make believe that somebody can deal with that, you cannot be excited for the fight. This is my contention.
Would you be surprised if Khamzat beat Sean in 2 minutes?
Yes. If he got him out of there quickly, that would surprise me. If he finished him at all, it would surprise me. Strickland is made for long distance hard matches.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I've seen many of them.
Strickland does his best work, by the way, when he's counted out. And he doesn't get counted out a lot, but he was a 6-1 underdog against Izzy. He's only a 4-1 underdog here. He won all 5 rounds against Izzy. There's something about that relieving of pressure and expectation.
Michael Morales, the top-ranked welterweight and most likely next title challenger for Islam Makhachev, has found himself in 2 notable run-ins recently. The first was a heated altercation with Ian Garry. Morales described the situation as intense and said Ian is lucky there were no cameras around to capture exactly what happened. This adds to the growing tension between the two as they compete for the same title shot. The second encounter was more casual. It happened at UFC 322 when Islam Makhachev won the welterweight belt. Morales said the two simply greeted each other from from a distance, knowing their paths might cross soon in the octagon. With Morales seemingly positioned as the frontrunner for the next shot against Islam, and Garry still pushing hard for his opportunity, the bad blood is starting to build on and off camera. Islam's first welterweight title defense is expected to take place in August at UFC 331, nearly a year after he won the belt. Let's roll the clip of Michael Morales talking about his recent run-ins with Ian Garry and Islam Makhachev.
And what happened with Ian Garry? Have you ever had any encounters with him?
Yes, some time ago at the Performance Institute in Las Vegas. We had a run-in, I confronted him, but since I didn't have a camera, there was no way to prove it. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, he has his own opinion, and I have mine. I know what he did, and to each his own, so we wait for the fight to happen. I've always said that with him, it's a totally different fight. I think if I were to fight him, it would be the first time I'd approach it in a very aggressive way, which I haven't done yet, but who knows?
If you haven't done it yet, and you're coming off 3 first-round knockouts, I mean, I don't know what to expect. And with Islam, have you had any kind of interaction with him? Have you ever seen him?
Yeah, actually, we fought on the same card the day he fought for the welterweight title. We were on the same card. I saw him back there behind the dressing rooms. We just greeted each other from a distance since we both know what's coming.
Movsar Evloev just shut down big rumors. There was never any ultimatum from the UFC telling him not to wrestle in his fight against Murphy, and he was never threatened with being cut if he didn't take the fight. He said it was a 5-round fight, so there was plenty of time to wrestle, but once he started exchanging with Murphy, he simply didn't feel any danger from him at all. Evloev also responded to Aljamain Sterling's comments about Murphy being robbed on the scorecards. He finds it funny that Sterling is overly friendly and supportive in person, constantly telling him he should be fighting for the belt, but then criticizes him online. Movsar admitted the fight was close, but strongly disagreed that it could have been a draw. He pointed to his 9 takedowns, top control, ground and pound, and overall damage, saying he dominated almost every aspect of the fight. Evloev said he's ready for Alexander Volkanovski in May and would even be open to fighting him on the White House card if the UFC makes it happen. He ended by saying nothing in this sport surprises him anymore, and he hopes there will be more reasons to smile going forward. Let's roll the clip of Movsar's interview.
There was no ultimatum from the UFC about not wrestling, and there never was. People also said I fought because I was told I'd get cut otherwise. That's not true either. It was a 5-round fight, so there was always going to be time to wrestle. But once I started exchanging with him, I didn't feel any danger from him at all. I saw what Aljamain Sterling posted, but honestly, I don't react to his words. Every time I see him in Vegas at the PI, he's very friendly, almost overly respectful, always saying I should be fighting for the belt and asking why I'm not getting a title shot. But then, online, it feels like a completely different person. The fight was close, sure, but saying I could have lost shows a lack of understanding. Just because the number of strikes was similar doesn't make it a draw. I did much more damage. I had top control, ground and pound, and 9 takedowns, things he didn't have at all. He had some striking attempts, but he didn't do any real damage to me and had no success in wrestling or on the ground. I also controlled the center more. Looking at everything, I believe I won almost every aspect, including the striking, even if the difference there wasn't huge.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.